Previously on Gassed Up Geeks.
Well, it's the third Saturday of the month, and we're trying something new in 2018. Trilogies. We love trilogies. And seeing how it's the third Saturday of the month, we're starting off with the Cornetto Trilogy, which is one of Sci-Fi's favorites.
Hello, Hamora.
Greetings, Internet denizens. I'm Sci-Fi.
I'm Paul.
I'm Josh.
And we're your Gassed Up Geeks. Well, here we are. It is the third Saturday of March, and on the third Saturday of every month, we've been discussing different movies from a different trilogy. So far, we've just been doing the Cornetto Trilogy, which is Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright talking their films. They're all connected.
Trilogy starts off with Shaun of the Dead, referencing Cornetto ice cream cones, the strawberry ice cream cones, red for, blood, carnage, chaos, mayhem, death, destruction, and all my favorite things in life except for coffee.
And then the second movie, of course, is Hot Fuzz, which is represented by the vanilla Cornetto, which in the wrapper is blue and white. Hot Fuzz is a buddy cop movie in essence, and, the thin blue line and cops with blue and white. So that's how that connects on that one.
And then the third is The World's End, which we'll be covering today, represented by green for mint chocolate, or mint ice cream.
Mint chocolate.
Mint chocolate ice cream. That sounds really good. I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Ice cream!
Which represents either aliens, which a lot of people think that is what it's supposed to be for, and some people have also think that it's for
Spoiler alert!
the environment, because it absolutely gets fucked up at the end. And so the general premise of the show is 5 good friends reuniting and going on this amazing adventure down the Golden Mile, which is essentially 12 different pubs and having a drink at each one. And just reliving old times. And something aliens.
Yeah. And everybody at one point or another has wanted to or has done a pub crawl. So that's something I really look forward to doing.
Yeah, we have.
Anyhow, so the first main character is Simon Pegg's character. Now, like Josh just said, there's 5 major characters, but both Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, the interaction between Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's characters was the primary thing. And yes, you had additional characters, but they were more added on. They weren't really main characters. Well, World's End is a little different because, as Josh said, there's 5 characters on this pub crawl. Fuck them. We're not going to talk about them because we're going to stick with what's worked for us so far, mainly Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's characters. And Simon Pegg's character is Gary King. He is that guy who's now in his mid-40s, but he's still stuck in his teenage years. It's what I call a mental snapshot, where you had that time in your life many years ago where you felt like the king of your own little world, and part of your brain is still stuck there. Now, most of us mature and grow past that and look back and remember it fondly. Some never grow out of it, and I will admit that's one of the reasons why I like Simon Pegg's character so much, is there's a part of me that I used to be 100 pounds less, and my friends and I were at the karaoke drinking 6 nights a week, and people were buying me pints because, hey, if you sing that song, okay, fine, yeah, go. And so I lived that kind of moment that Gary King did, in which having that time in my life, being the king of the world and all that, and never wanting to let it go.
Later evolved into the queen of the world when you started to sing.
Sweet transvestite, yeah. But I've never been seen in a garter belt or stockings because I haven't bought them yet. I haven't bought them. But I'm one of those guys, like I said, I can relate to him. And one major difference, though, is that what really triggers off this movie's beginning is that Gary King gets so depressed about the fact that he's not the Gary King of old that he attempts suicide, and in his breakdown decides for himself that the only way to become better and grow past what's stuck in his head is to get the band back together and do the Golden Mile and do that pub crawl.
Yeah.
And like we said, he convinces the other 5 characters, and then we get to Nick Frost's character.
Yeah, Andy Knightley. Now, in terms of the trajectories their lives have taken, Gary King and Andy Knightley have gone the furthest of everyone else. Whereas Gary King, like Paul said, mental snapshot, he is stuck in his teenage years, just wants to get drunk and whatever. Knightley is a corporate lawyer, partner in his own firm. It's cost him in the end because, his wife left him 3 weeks before the events of the movie. When Gary is trying to get the band back together, or the group, Knightley is the only one that says, no, I'm not doing it. I haven't had a drink in 16 years. I'm not going through this again.
Which is kind of weird with the previous rules that he's had.
Yeah.
Total 180.
Yeah. As you find out in the movie, toward the 2/3 mark, the reason he hasn't had a drink in 16 years...
About December 1997, when you OD'd, and I drove you to the hospital 4 times over the limit, and I ended up rolling the car and almost severing my femoral artery, at which point you made a miraculous fucking recovery and ran off into the night, leaving me to get arrested after 12 hours of life-saving surgery.
Which, actually, now I'm thinking about, how did he become a lawyer with a criminal record? Irrelevant.
It's that leap of faith and suspension of belief
Yeah.
that makes a movie great.
But Knightley, he starts off the movie pretty well emotionless, but you can sort of see subtle hints of rage brewing at Gary King coming back into his life. Right up until they get to the 8th or 9th bar, I think, the Beehive. That's where one of the major battle set pieces happens in the movie. He just lets loose, goes full fucking berserker, one-man wrecking ball, basically killing half of these blanks, as they're called in the movie, either by fisticuffs or bar stools. And just pure blood rage. Sorry?
Or urinals.
That was earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's actually my favorite part in the movie, the bathroom brawl.
Yeah.
Because that's where the tone of the movie shifts. It's, up until now it was about getting the band back together. When I say that, I'm talking about getting the old group back together, not an actual band. But, getting the guys together for that big thing. And so, this is a buddy movie, getting together, having the drinks, and then reconnecting. Then, while taking a piss, a young guy, young teenage guy comes in, and he starts having a piss, and they get into a bit of a... Gary and the young kid get into a bit of a squabble, which turns into a full-fledged fight, and that results in basically Gary ripping the guy's arm off, and he's an automaton. And you've got blue lubricant spilling. And then another young, what turns out to be robot comes in, or blank, whatever comes in. And then another one of the guys from Gary's crew comes in. And next thing you know, you've got these 5 middle-aged men who are basically and very much obviously well past their prime, versus what you think of these young, rough, tough Turks who actually also have the enhanced abilities due to being automatons.
Oh,
and
so they're not drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, this half-drunk group of middle-aged men bar raging and fighting and smashing up the toilet with these young automatons, and finding out that a new tone in the shift is that all of a sudden from the drinking buddy movie to fight off we got aliens invading, what the hell?
Other than the blanks and the aliens, it sounds like a regular Friday night for us.
Yeah, we don't know. We're not violent people.
The robot's not getting drunk. Can robots even get drunk?
Anyhow, so they can do it. So that was my favorite part of the movie because just A, the shift in tone, B, the middle-aged men fighting for their freaking lives and actually kicking ass, and Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, they're great for foreshadowing. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the movies that only when you go back, and sometimes you have to go to trivia pages to go, oh, wait a minute.
Right. That makes sense.
And like we say, and spoilers, the aliens that are invading, well, their group brain hive or being in charge is referred to the network. And after this big bar brawl, one of the guys pulls out the cell phone to call for help. Oh, we can't. The network's blocking us. And then later on, he finds out that we are the network.
Yeah, that was actually my favorite part. This is the climax scene of the movie at the World's End, the pub, which apparently actually exists at that address. Put in place after the movie, of
Road
course.
trip.
Get your passport, boys.
But through the last third of the movie, you've got Gary King running from bar to bar, having pints as quick as he can, nightly trying to keep up, while
in one case, finding one off the table, half 3/4 drunk.
Yeah.
Still counts.
Yeah. And all of these blanks charging in after them. It's a last-minute mad dash to the World's End. They have King and Knightley have their little blowout scene.
It's down to the last two boys.
Where that's where actually you find out about the suicide attempt from Simon Pegg's character.
And who the network is.
Yeah. They pull a bar tap. Floor descends down into this underground base where you meet the network, voiced by Cornetto Trilogy regular Bill Nighy. And you find out that this alien incursion on our planet is basically to get us ready to evolve, to advance, to reach out among the stars and be ready to meet all of these millions of other alien races, whether we like it or not.
Well, that's one thing I didn't understand. It's like, we're replacing you humans with mindless automatons so that you can enjoy your place into this universal diversity. Well, that just... No.
Anyway, King, of course, being the devil-may-care attitude that he is basically saying, we want to get drunk, we want to fuck up, we want to do what the hell we want. Who are you to tell us how to behave?
Which, is still a teenage thing. You can't tell me what to do, old man. I'm not going to live a life of rigid normalcy. I want to fight, get drunk, and that's the way I am.
And what's amazing is even Nick Frost's character kind of joins in on this. I mean, he starts the movie, corporate lawyer, straight-laced.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's saying, hold on, who are you to boss us around? Like, come on. Of course, what goes horribly wrong at this point is the network says, fuck it, okay, we'll leave you alone. But they leave us with a parting gift of a global EMP that puts us back to the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Or
maybe we should have just taken the slavery.
No. I could not handle being an automaton, mindless drone. No, sorry. Yeah, no, okay, actually though, Sci-Fi, we have to apologize. We, you gave us the premise, and then we went on with Simon and Nick and our favorite moments and all that stuff, and you been piping in, but you haven't had your chance to really explain anything, so folks, get comfy. He deserves this. Give us a nice, long-winded, your favorite moment.
My favorite moment. Okay. What they drink. Next. No, my favorite moment is when Simon Pegg is running away. This is towards the end of the movie, and he's running away from the massive amount of blanks that are hunting all the friends. And I think they have that giant metal statue coming by, all the lights and just scary and everything. And he's like,
the modern art.
He doesn't know what to do, so he's like, I gotta get out of here. And so he starts running, and it's like a shortcut and a fence.
Again with the fence. Yeah, Yeah, that should just be a running gag, I think. You know, actually,
It's a running into the fence.
Yeah.
gag.
do us a favor.
They've got it in every episode.
Do us a favor. Look at our last 3 Cornetto episodes, and I think you're the one who mentions the fence in every single one.
No.
Seg.
Wait. Never took the shortcut? Then he proceeds to jump heroically over the fence, crashing into it and falls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, shortcut. Jumps over the fence. Oh, cool.
Yeah, like friggin' Super Mario.
Yeah. And then Daddy goes, oh, this is gonna be great. Thunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or just do it yourself, guys.
Yeah. So, but all right, so there you are, the Cornetto Trilogy. I hope you enjoyed talking about it or hearing about it as we talked about it. Hopefully you've seen it. If not, tough shit about the spoilers. Go ahead and watch it anyhow. Trust me, it's going to be one of your favorite moments and favorite movie series of all time. So until next time, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave comments. I'm Paul.
I'm Sapphire.
I'm Josh, and
Yeah.
we'll see you at the world's end.
You know what, guys? I think I want a marmalade sandwich. There. It's Paul, your gassed up geek. Don't forget to join the adventures of me, Sapphire, and Josh on Twitter at #GassedUpGeeks, on Facebook, and of course here on YouTube.